Hey guys, Heart of the Dragons here, and we'll be doing a Vanquish Show Canine deck for you guys today. I might have to read some of the Canine and Vanquish Soul cards. I'll do combos in a later video because I just got the cards and I just finished completing my deck and my Vanquish Soul deck, and it's not the most competitive because I don't have the Masquerade card and other cards, but I would still say it's pretty competitive. Like it's like more competitive for locals, I would say, more than regionals and YCSs. This is more like a locals or casual play deck, but still very, very competitive. Because I don't have that, what's the card? The Masquerade card, that's a lot of money, so. Anyway, let's get started. We have 3 Canine Norori. If your opponent has 2 more cards in their hand, you can normal summon this card without tripping. You can also use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. If this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 non-machine canine monster from the deck, but you cannot special summon that from the extra deck, except canine monsters, while you control that face-up monster. You can summon 1 face-up card, canine card you control, look at your opponent's hand. Then we play 3 canine Zuna, whatever. If your opponent has 2 more cards in hand, you can normal summon this card without tripping. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. During the main phase, if your opponent activates a card from activated monster effect in hand or graveyard, quick effect, you can special summon this card from hand. If the normal summon or special summon, you can send 1 canine card from deck to graveyard. Now, into some of the 3 Vanquish Soul. We play 3 Vanquish Soul Holly Suit. This is about, it depends on what card you get, but I bought one of these for like $6 and the other 2 for, I don't remember how much, like maybe 10. So the other card is more expensive. During the main phase, you can reveal 1 other Vanquish Soul monster in your hand. Special summon this card from your hand. Quick effect, you can activate 1 of these effects by revealing monsters in your hand with the enlisted attribute. Earth Dark, take control of 1 monster your opponent controls with the lowest attack, your choice, if tied until the end phase. Fire Dark, special summon 1 Psychic Vanquish Soul monster from your deck. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn, cannot activate more than 1 of the same chain. Then now this card was expensive. I got it for a pretty good deal because on a store I usually go to for 1 games, it was $28. I got it for, I think it was 20 or 22. So I got that and I got off eBay, and I was pretty happy about that because I got 3 for 60 instead of 3 for like 28, for like over that, because I think 28 for 56, something over $80, I would guess. If you reveal a card in your hand, activate a Vanquish Soul card effect except during the damage step. You can special summon this card from your hand. For effect, you can activate 1 of these effects by revealing monster's hand with this attribute. Fire, change battle position of 1 monster on field. Fire 2, add 1 Vanquish Soul from your deck to your hand except this card. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. You cannot activate more than 1 in the same chain. Then we play 3 Vanquish Soul Dr. Madlove. If this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 Vanquish Soul spell trap from your deck into your hand. A quick effect, you can activate 1 of these effects by revealing monster in your hand for listed attributes. Dark, 1 face-up monster your opponent controls loses 5 in attack and defense. Dark and Earth, turn 1 monster with the lowest defense on the field to the hand. Your choice. If tied, you can only use the effect of Vanquish Soul Madlove once per turn. You cannot activate more than 1 in the same chain. Then we play 3 Disablaster. Basically how this works, if you, let's say your opponent has no cards in like this column, you can special summon it and then all effects in that column are negated. Then we play 2 Canine Lupus. An exposing monster that this card has material gains this effect. Your opponent cannot target this card with cards and effects, card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. During the main phase, if your opponent activates a monster a monster effect in the hand or graveyard this turn. Quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. During your opponent's turn, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves XYZ using this card you control. Then we play 2 Canine Lantern. If your opponent has 2 or more cards in your hand, you can normal summon this card without tributing. You can use each of the following effects of Canine Lantern once per turn. If this card's in your hand, you can target one level 5 non-power Canine monster in your graveyard, special summon both and this card. But they cannot be used as material for XYZ summon of a light monster during your main phase. You can add 1 Canine spell trap from your deck to your hand. Then we play 2 Canine Jokel. This is a 46 deck by the way. You can cut it down more by, let's say if you only want to play a case for Canine, you can cut that down to 1. That will cut down to 44, or because you need at least 1 or 2 of this in my opinion. I like just to play 3. Or you can cut out a hand trap. I like to play Ghost Spell. It's good for and it's good in this meta, so I played it at 3. I would suggest those cards cut out if you wanted. If your controller has 2 or more cards in their hand, you can normal summon this card without tributing. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. You can reveal this card in one other level 5 monster in your hand. So summon both, but they cannot be used as for the XYZ light monster. During the main phase, you can add 1 knockable Canine monster from deck to hand. Now for the 1-ofs, we play 1 Heavy Borger. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 non-machine Vanquish monster you control. Return to the hand if you do special summon this from your hand. Quick effect, you can activate one of these effects by revealing a monster in your hand with the listed attribute. Dark draw 1 card, Earth Fire, inflict 1,500 damage to your opponent. Then we play 1 Vanquish Soul Caesar Valius. During the main phase, quick effect, you target 1 non-dragon Vanquish Soul monster in your control. Return to hand if you do special summon this card from your hand. Quick effect, you can activate one of these effects by revealing a monster in your hand with the listed attribute Earth. This face-up card is not affected by opponent's activated effect. This turn, Earth, Fire, Dark, destroying one other card on the field. Then for the 1-ofs, for like the other 1-ofs, the hand traps are coming soon. I'd just like to get the main deck out of the way before we do the hand traps. Vanquish Soul Ryzen. You only can play 1 of this, so if this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 non-warrior Vanquish Soul monster from your deck to your hand. Quick effect, you can activate one of these effects by revealing a monster in your hand with the listed attribute. Fire, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects this turn. Fire and Dark destroy all other monsters in this card zone. Yeah, now I see why it's limited. 1 Bestial Magmut, so basically you can target 1 light dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and spell summon it, and at the end phase you can search a dragon, which most likely would be the Caesar Valius, because I think that's the only dragon we play. And the 1 Bestial Druid Swarm, you can same thing, target 1 layer dark in either grave, banish it, and then if your opponent controls monster that is sent from the field to graveyard, you can target 1 special summon monster your opponent, so your opponent controls them to graveyard. Now onto hand traps. We play 3 Malcharmi Fulos. Basically, you can, if your opponent special summons from the deck, you can send this to the graveyard, and every time your opponent special summons from the deck, you can draw a card. 3 Ash to stop deck effects, 3 Bell to stop graveyard effects, and 1 deck effect. And then now onto spells and no traps. 3 Case for Canine. When this card's activated, you can add 1 Canine monster from your deck to your hand. Canine monster you control gain 900 attack during any turn in which your opponent has activated a monster effect in the hand or graveyard. If this card is in the spell and trap card zone and is destroyed by a card effect, you can set 1 Canine Quick Play spell from your deck or graveyard. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn. Then you play 1 Canine X Force Release. During the main phase, target 1 Canine XYZ monster you control. There's something from your extra deck, 1 Canine XYZ monster with a different name by using the monster you control. This is treated as a XYZ summon transfer. Its materials to the summoned monster, then you can destroy 1 card your opponent controls at the end of the battle phase. If your Canine monster battled this turn, you can set this card from your graveyard. Then 1 Canine LC Release Restraint. Target 1 Canine monster or rank 5 XYZ monster you control. Special summon from the extra deck 1 Canine XYZ monster with a different name by using that monster you control. This is treated as an XYZ summon transfer. Its materials to summoned to the summoned monster. At the end of the battle phase, if your can't monster battle this turn, you can set this card from your graveyard. 1. Stake your soul, and I believe this is also 1. Reveal one monster in hand, special 1 Vanquish soul monster with the same attribute but different name from your deck, but it returns to the hand during the end phase. Then we play 1 Vanquish soul start. You can target 1 Vanquish soul monster you control, add 1 Vanquish soul monster with different attribute from your deck to your hand. If a Vanquish soul monster you control will be destroyed with battle or card effect, you can reveal 1 Vanquish soul monster in your hand instead. During your end phase, if you can control 2 or more Vanquish soul monsters, you can send 1 Vanquish soul trap from your deck. You can only use each effect of Vanquish soul start once per turn. I don't play the trap, or I don't play a side deck in this yet because I'm not right now I'm not playing competitively. I'm just playing casually and maybe locals at one day. I haven't gone to locals in a while, so. And then 1 triple tactics talent. You can exchange this with Called By or Thrust if you want. I just prefer talent because you can draw 2 cards and there's many more stuff you can do. That's it for the main deck. Let's go into the extra deck. For the extra deck, we play 2 Canine 17 Ripper. And then what this does is you can attach 1 material from this card, add 1 Canine monster from your deck to your hand. Then your opponent activates a monster effect and set 1 Canine quick play spell from deck or graveyard. When your opponent activates a monster effect in hand or graveyard quick effect, you can detach 1 material from this card and negate the effect. 1 Canine X Jax, 2 level 5 monsters. If this card is XYZ summoned, if your opponent activates a monster spec in the hand or graveyard, detach 1 material from this card, target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. You can only use each effect once per turn. A canine activating monster that has materials gains this effect. During any turn in which your opponent's activated a monster effect or hand or graveyard and banning down any battle damage this card inflicts with your opponent is doubled. Then we play 1 Canine Hound. Cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect. This turn, it is special summon. Each time your opponent activates a monster effect, this card gains 5 an attack. When this effect resolves, must return during the standby phase. You can detach 1 material from this card, target 1 card on the field, banish it. Then we play 1 Canine X Werewolf. While this card's material has material, its attack number, it can attack number of times each battle phase up to the number of material attached to it. While your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, detach 1 material from the card, activate the effect depending on whose turn it is. Yours banish 1 card from your opponent, 1 card each from your opponent's field and graveyard. Opponents look at your opponent's hand, banish 1 card face up until the end of this turn. Then we play 1 Volcasaurus. Basically, when this card attacks, I think, or target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to destroy monster's original attack. 1 Valiant the Super Sky Blaster. During the main phase, quick effect, detach one material from this card, target 1 face-up your opponent controls, change it to face-down presents position. If this card is sent to the graveyard, change it to face-down presents position. You can target 1 face-down card on the field, destroy it, and if only use each effect of this card once per turn. Sorry if I repeated something there. It's I'm trying to go as fast as I can. 1 Promomly Vimna. Once per turn, quick effect. You can target 1 face-up monster on your field, an XYZ monster, or a Chronomaly monster in your graveyard. Then target 1 monster on field, half the attack of that monster in the graveyard until the end of this turn. Then attach that monster from that graveyard to this card's material. Once per turn, your opponent activates a monster effect. Quick effect, you can attach 2 cards from this, 2 materials from this card and negate the activation. 1 Nova, and then that goes into infinity. 1 Superstar Slayer Typhon Crisis. This is for banishment. 1 Zeus for the board wipe. 2 Rock of the Vanquisher. Cannot be used as link material while you control a Vanquish soul monster. Your opponent's monsters can target monsters you control with the highest attack, their choice. If tied attack during the main phase quick effect, you can activate 1 of these effects. Special 1 Vanquish soul monster from hand, and 1 Vanquish soul monster from graveyard to hand. and then we pay 1 SP for banishment. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe everyone, and keep dueling.